Dear New Scum, we don't have a problem cleaning up the scum if we have to. Please tread lightly. That's what I would say to Gavi Poo.
So, with regard to the current administration...
Who is the guy that said, "You look like Sid from Ice Age"? Oh, just some jester I saw in my mentions. I obviously had to say the N-word because of how ridiculous that was. And also, guys, just lol at the N-word, okay? The method is unpatched. Nobody gives a shit what you say anymore. So I saw like a dude call me out. He's like, "Oh, Clav, why do you gotta say the N-word?" It's like, because it gets me views. Why would I not? Why would I not say it, okay? Like, I'm not really a hateful guy at all, whatsoever.
There's a specific type of person the internet keeps rewarding, and it has nothing to do with talent, intelligence, or originality. It's shock merchants, racist grifters, people who figured out that saying the most inflammatory thing possible is the fastest way to get attention, clicks, and eventually money. And when that money dries up, suddenly it's free speech is under attack, I'm being silenced, or support my new channel.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Slightly different set today than I usually have. I'm also looking quite overweight in this sweater. I promise I have not gained weight. Well, maybe a little bit. It is the day after Thanksgiving. We got a little bit of an announcement for you guys today. So not our usual content, but the tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what's happening? They're trying to keep a real down. They're trying to keep a real down. That's what they're trying to do because they cannot handle the truth. And this is just the facts. When you come speaking the truth about certain things, if you're raising racial awareness, let's say, if you are heaven forbid, pro-white or a pro-white voice out there, which I am, which I always will be and will always influence my content no matter what it is, they will try to keep you down. I've said in a couple other videos that there is a pipeline of cancellation. So what this is here's the top tier of cancellation. The top part of cancellation is they will try to smear your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you. But we're living in like the post-cancel culture society where that doesn't really work anymore. In fact, it actually lends a little credibility to your name and you gain kind of a little loyal, staunch group of supporters rather, of people who don't care about the media slams. Okay, so they don't quit there. When they can't defame you or smear your name or ruin your reputation, then they will try to take you off the platforms. Hang on, the dog's screaming to be let in.
Let's be real, this isn't bravery, it's a business model. Outrage equals engagement. Engagement equals visibility. Visibility equals opportunity. That's the entire formula. These people don't stand on principles, they stand on algorithms. They don't have ideas, they have provocations. Say something racist, wait for the backlash, then turn the backlash into content. That's it. No depth, no insight, no originality. Take Lily Gaddis as an example. Her entire online presence is built around provoking reactions through racism. That's the brand. And when she decided to dress in blackface for Halloween and describe the costume as the most terrifying thing, explicitly framing it as a black woman, that wasn't satire or commentary. It was a tired, ignorant caricature that's existed for generations.
I literally cannot silence my phone because of my nails. I can't function. Okay, I cannot live. By the way, half the struggles that black women think they face, it's of their own fucking doing. Running around in nails like this, running around in earrings like this, like you people fight every day. You people fight every day. Could you choose any outfit and get up that's like less conducive to fighting? Seriously. They wear wigs that can be pulled out. They put braids in their hair that could rip the rest of their hair out. And then they complain about having alopecia. No, it's self-induced alopecia. That's like a cutter. That's like one of those fucking losers who cut themselves. That's like them having a scar and being like, I can't believe I have scars. Like, what? Black women, you tear your hair out by the roots. You put every sort of chemical on your hair to straighten it out, despite being so proud of being black. And then you wonder why you have alopecia.
And then you guys fight all the time. And yet you wear massive hoop earrings, you wear weaves in your hair, you wear fake eyelashes, wear fake nails. All of these things are not conducive to fighting, okay? So let me give you advice. Let me turn this racist stream around into something positive. Okay, black women, listen up. Listen up. A black woman is speaking. When you are fighting, when you are going to bat, okay? Before you wake up in the morning, get out of bed and you have to think like a fighter. You have to put yourself in the mindset of not, oh, it's just easy breezy and I might pick up a fight or a felony later on. No, that is the wrong mindset to have. The correct mindset to have is that you wake up every day knowing that every day is a fight. Every day is a potential crash out. Every day is a potential chance to chimp out. With that in mind, let me adjust my cap for the billionth time. With that in mind, you must wake up with that mindset, okay? Like white girls have to manifest things, you have to manifest too. You have to manifest yourself into the ultimate super warrior, okay? You have to turn yourself into the ultimate warrior princess of Wakanda and go outside with that mindset in mind and know this. Know this to be the case. You will fight. You will dominate. You will win. Hail the black woman.
And the moment consequences showed up, demonetization, backlash, platforms pulling support, the tone changed instantly.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Slightly different set today than I usually have. I'm also looking quite overweight in this sweater. I promise I have not gained weight. Well, maybe a little bit. It is the day after Thanksgiving. We got a little bit of an announcement for you guys today. So not our usual content, but the tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what's happening? They're trying to keep a real down. They're trying to keep a real down. That's what they're trying to do because they cannot handle the truth. And this is just the facts. When you come speaking the truth about certain things, if you're raising racial awareness, let's say, if you are, heaven forbid, pro-white or a pro-white voice out there, which I am, which I always will be and will always influence my content no matter what it is, they will try to keep you down. I've said in a couple other videos that there is a pipeline of cancellation. So what this is here's the top tier of cancellation. The top part of cancellation is they will try to smear your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you. But we're living in like the post-cancel culture society where that doesn't really work anymore. In fact, it actually lends a little credibility to your name and you gain kind of a little loyal, staunch group of supporters rather, of people who don't care about the media slams. Okay, so they don't quit there. When they can't defame you or smear your name or ruin your reputation, then they will try to take you off the platforms. Hang on, the dog's screaming to be let in. So I'm babysitting my mom's dog while she's away. She had to go down to stay with her sister for Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm doing today. He looks quite awkward and uncomfortable. He doesn't like to be held. He's so awkward. He's the worst cuddler. He's such a cute dog, but you can't cuddle with him. So to get back to the video, the cancellation cycle, they try to defame you, they try to take away your platform. When they can't take away your platform or get you banned, then they will take away your means of funding the project. They will demonetize you so that you cannot make the money that's necessary to continue putting out the content. If they can't stop you then, well, then they try to either jail you or ruin your life through lawfare, or like what's happening to Candace Owens, maybe even put out a hit on your life. Well, I am in the middle phase right now. I was just demonetized on YouTube. Okay, this happened this past week. I didn't announce it because I was trying to appeal the process and whatever, but that's what's going on, folks. I've been demonetized on YouTube. And I always wondered about creators who made a big deal about that until I realized, oh, that's like your sole form of income. Like, so now I'm just making videos for free and I have the electricity bill for all the billions of lights that's in here. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, now he looks like he's dying. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, get down. Just stop whining at the door. Yeah, lay down right there. You got to pay for the equipment. You still have to pay for the people who make the thumbnails. You got a lot of bills to do, aside from the builds of natural life there. So yes, I have officially been demonetized on YouTube, which was my sole form of income. Aside from a few tiny little outlets here and there, YouTube was my main money maker.
Now it's pleading. Now it's support my new channel. Now it's victimhood. That's always how this goes. Loud when the attention is flowing, quiet and desperate when the bill comes due. Then you've got people like Nick Fuentes who take a slightly different route but end up in the same place. He wraps provocation in pseudo-intellectual language, throwing around fake statistics, recycled talking points, and fear-based narratives about race. There's no real research, no accountability, no originality. Just debunked ideas repackaged for people who already want their biases validated. He says something outrageous, people react, and then he points to the reaction as proof that he's over the target. In reality, he's just farming attention. That's not courage, that's content farming. And then there's the newer wave of shock-first internet personalities whose entire identity is walking around online saying slurs just to provoke a response.
I guess she's white too. I'm taking her white card away though. I'm one of the ambassadors for the white race. I have the
Jesus.
I'm able to give and take away white cards. I gave Myron a white card. That's an honorary Aryan.
Thank you.
He's so proud.
So my question is, everybody knows what I mean when I say white people and black people. My question is, what does it benefit white people to share this country with black people? On average, what are black people bringing to the table that's so great that it just makes it worth it?
That's kind of a stupid question, though.
No jokes, no commentary, no perspective, just shock. It's the laziest form of content imaginable, but it works because the internet treats it like entertainment instead of what it actually is, empty provocation. What makes this worse is how often it gets excused. The behavior gets brushed off as trolling, edgy humor, or just jokes. But when the entire persona is built on provoking harm and outrage, that's not comedy, that's a grift. As a black man, I've learned something important over time. People like this disappear when you stop feeding them. They thrive on quote tweets, rage comments, reaction videos, and stitches. Every response keeps them relevant. The moment the engagement drops, the confidence drops with it. The platforms stop pushing them. The free speech warrior act fades. Silence is the one thing they can't monetize. The bigger issue is that platforms reward this behavior. Outrage travels faster than nuance. Anger spreads quicker than context. So these people aren't anomalies. They're symptoms of an ecosystem that prioritizes engagement over ethics. But just because the system rewards it doesn't mean we have to participate. At the end of the day, these racist grifters don't have convictions. They don't have ideology. They don't even have the courage to stand behind what they say once consequences show up. They have algorithms. They have attention spans to exploit. And they have audiences who don't realize they're being used. They don't want dialogue. They don't want understanding. They don't even want to be right. They just want attention and the money that comes with it. And the most powerful thing you can do isn't to debate them, dunk on them, or own them. It's to stop acting like they matter. Because when the shock stops working, so do they. This is where the internet gets confused. Because when people hear racist content, they assume it all looks the same. Someone yelling slurs, someone in blackface, someone clearly doing too much for attention. And yeah, that does exist, but that's not the whole picture. That's just the lowest rung of the ladder. At the surface level, you've got what I'd call shock merchants. People whose entire online existence is built around saying the most outrageous thing possible and waiting for engagement to roll in. Lily Gaddis is a perfect example of this. Her claim to fame isn't insight, talent, or perspective, it's spectacle. Dressing in blackface, calling it the most terrifying thing, openly mocking black women, then acting shocked when the consequences arrive. That's not ideology, that's laziness. It's rage farming with a ring light. Same with people like Clavicular, post-surgery, post-rebrand, walking around online screaming slurs just to provoke reactions. There's no worldview there, no belief system, just the understanding that being offensive is profitable when you don't have anything real to say. These people disappear the moment attention dries up. They always do. But then you move up a level, and this is where it stops being stupid and starts being intentional. This is the race bait performer tier. These are people who understand the algorithm, understand outrage cycles, and understand exactly how far they can go without getting fully deplatformed. Nick Fuentes lives here. He doesn't just say dumb things, he packages them. Fake statistics, fake race wars, pseudo-intellectual language designed to sound debate-ready while pushing the same tired narratives. It's not about truth, it's about plausibility, saying just enough nonsense to recruit people who already want to believe it. These people don't want conversation, they want confusion, they want noise, and they rely on the fact that arguing with them spreads them further than ignoring them. But here's where it gets uncomfortable, because the highest level doesn't look racist at all on the surface. This is where political insurgents live, and this is where someone like Nicki Minaj enters the conversation.
So those of you who know, Charlie was very good about having a surprise for every AmFest. And we are so blessed to have you. We are so grateful. I mean...
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. I am honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Nicki isn't yelling slurs. She's not wearing costumes. She's doing something far more effective, lending legitimacy. Appearing on tpusa, suddenly posturing as someone concerned about the children, Nigeria, morality, freedom, talking points that feel copy-pasted from a focus group. And people noticed. The backlash wasn't random. Losing millions of followers and deactivating Instagram doesn't happen because of one bad take. It happens when audiences feel manipulated. Because here's the truth. Nicki Minaj does not suddenly care about conservative politics, Nigerian children, or right-wing moral panic. What she represents is narrative utility, a recognizable black woman used to soften, validate, and normalize ideas that otherwise wouldn't land with certain audiences. It's DEI in reverse, diversity as camouflage. And that's why this tier is the most dangerous, because it doesn't rely on shock. It relies on trust. It asks people to rationalize. See, even she agrees. That's how narratives move, quietly, respectably, with plausible deniability. All of these people exist on the same spectrum, from the loud idiots to the calculated provocateurs to the polished figureheads. And none of it is accidental. They don't find each other by coincidence. They operate in overlapping ecosystems, funded by the same incentives, engagement, outrage, and ideological positioning. And as a black man, I've learned something simple over time. The loudest racists don't survive long. The quiet ones, the polished ones, the ones who look reasonable, those are the ones you actually have to watch. Because ignorance fades, but narratives get installed. But tell me if I'm tripping. These coons and plants gotta go. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.